CJ. I'm afraid of us all to me bombat. And there. Sabon we dey vejuatra.
And anya no kre. Na no metie na okasama adwumakuo bi.
David man kasama adwumakuo bi. Na me kasama mi ame maami kejimfo a. Aha, ono na me kasama no. Na adwumakuo bi enu na me kasama mo.
Bibi abokode.
Nyame adom na nso
e. Nyame ase ho ye.
Hu na ache.
Me anso hu ache.
Me show
we new look ikra me share dem hu. So we your budget say
no. Any power so this guy so won kakra o. Na na say mamas be ugly and fearful. Nti o na ma ugliness na be mu kakra. Na we dey real kwa.
Brother dem fi.
Apadu na mo ne ba show.
Nipa fie ha.
Ezamanfo.
Mini amu na cho.
Oh, munyina no.
Because we German yosemo.
Because me me German yosemo.
David,
me masem no ka.
We just be aboko.
Nyame adom kakra.
E de nyame ase.
Eguso.
Nyame ase. O be bezi wo ha na afi kuma se na me.
Me wa ha for some time.
You say do tumpasa. Mama no tumpasa
kaza. Kokuma se akohwe busuan.
Okay.
So you say you call for national youth organizer.
Manu anka say nipa ono not here.
Na be ni etiti won frame mu no. Ni etiti won frame eti o tumpasa.
Frama be mu na ante.
Broja yamba eno ko.
Ni nam frame mu no.
Unse last time no me call national youth organizer. Nti nipa ni pi wo mo but party no yeah, I think you have started reorganization.
Okay.
Nti se drew ha you be kan one say we are focused on how our party ni betimi agina na so ha.
But yen sure when should we look out for Broja Jemfi on the
national party no. Say me gina party no. Anemu eni animu na yasum. Nti ye no de drew ha you be kan one say nye enya dia ye DC kra
about Tony so mo list about your the
one list no
na listening you know so lobby abobo so as by the way Tiana
one say vice president has started campaign
maybe amana yo mo say so started so we are very clear in our mind they no call it that
Mampeni Akufo-Addo on vice president or more north more upper east more upper east region and on the north east me wa on say if we say Mampeni vice president na dey by me hu say Nana Akufo-Addo oni vice president ashede tumpasa senye eye bi anase dwumadie kese bi a pass or koto bi na vice president kan on be intense nti amase si a
no but how do you say president ne vice nyina aboma womo
yes it's a enunti na amase say no nkofo say Mampeni Akufo-Addo there or working tour but vice president or working campaign
we're diabolic power.
Okay, right. And somewhere decline. I mean, insecurity issues. Security issues. My person pay you back one
because the insecurity issue.
I mean, it means the same thing.
Yes, of course.
It means the same thing. You know, and many abranti be to train komo. Say one story no. It's a daily guide front page crash story no edaho. Oya Jumama delivery company. One hunu a two. In fact, are you out there said to no be good Facebook kamame. Na one more say abranti be a friend and Esteria Chicago. And our sa shipment no. A two no EBD delivery company no Thursday. And mama kumetui, so they had to involve the police. Sisi America say say the Democrat no ebo amane say and Esteria no wabedi approach for no ensem. But ye bisa no na abranti no but I type to so the Bible no hombine as to whether we register and now offer through the right process and sign a tune no 80 ababe drugana hade. We are yet to hear from the police. Now fe ye dey tie into na nsem video bi ntimi se mo hwe ya branti bi e friend Gabon or so wa Turkey Istanbul no so yes a ship ni e bi edeba obi ni ma bi a odeba se won ship mra Ghana afi wo hwa nipa kro no animu ase wo ba na afi o maka ne man ho asem wi ansa na wo de ahye container m one menti e ne say won bie bag no so no won hwem obi esuhwe ma I mean pistols bebre anen nso so nyame amfafia anka eno so eba be duru Ghana ha we can do 10 minutes na fe engage the total security atmosphere ewo Ghana ha and permission say mfu so
Nso me the NS to can NS.
Oh okay. We dey say project dey no be any.
NS ne sha adaka.
Ana ni wine say NS for you kai.
Eh, come on say.
Cause NS for an here one Brazil power but me nya buja hard drink.
Well yeah share Ora Lotejo Cups so enim no so abeka. No so abeka come on no.
CJ, nyame say yen ka no kre nsem a ekoso no. It is quite awakening. Say Ubihun say especially within these few days, you know, Ubihun say akwa say nipe bi escalate some of these things, and I feel say properly so no is a means for the police administration and the intelligence agencies, you know, say they will be up and doing. Say sir, and yama ba opinion. The good news is that, and yes, DBA it has been secretly identified. We DBA me who say the appropriate institutions let me identify and answer me I expose there no. It is a call or is an awakening on them for them say going forward no omo de nhihye ni ade beto wonum because it appears to me say the ones omo discover nyina na quite say by chance be ana omo discover going forward, make specifically to ETUI who say ETUI identify especially the sniping ones, ne pistol DIA I quite to say by chance be and I discover it in actually say nyame endi one fufia and ke betimi aye den afem. It
means that there are lots of others are etimi
so FM and for me that is quite striking.
That is where the worry is. That's where if you ask me.
Yeah, that's where the worry is. I need not to make this political. See, say, oh, is the dispensation of the NPP, but I feel say the appropriate agencies going forward must put in place a lot of intelligence check, a lot of procedures. You see, me I'm sadi wait me see because me my juma haboda na first na one and years back when I was there it do almost trippy containers we won't say niamani biwa nipa ni bi twi di question chain before a custom for barber check the BDBC any day because of under declaration a lot of things are concealed, but I feel say it's about time say especially now that we are beginning to identify some for a smuggle especially time where we are seeing people displaying arms and people getting almost licensing arms near the use because now no video ya na ewo Facebook ya man take it to it has come out say nipa ne to ne diano wa license or whatever from what I watch from my sister stations ni bi no na che say you be there to our line. I feel say going forward no the various security agencies ne one more mandate or say on be performing inspections ne ade nyina or port ne your various entry points no I will say omutimi taking your serious I will say omu putting in place new procedures make us say komo anum say no ya fa the ordinary on say oko man bia mu a ye wo suban ne ye omanfo no exhibit na ya fa ne say Ghana ye asomdwe man na ye mududo na ye mpe basabasa ye ni ho ye ni ade ni ntino we ordinarily ne say de obi hye adwuma bi mu say onkodi dwuma bi wo no ma na wa fa ne tra me be easy many hu embassy bia security guards a mu gina ni mo no usually almost bulletproof and then do an back de ne there or prone de mu say no kita ne there na back so ahye ne there afina so to two more so ne back there or ne de gina kwan no AD rough. You don't know, you are guarding an embassy. Unim de betimi aba anything can happen. If say management no mo jim no mkoto bulletproof ne ma o say there be they know say somebody can just drive to the entrance of the embassy po no call. That's why they decided, say, almost mouse are bulletproof. No, it is about time all security agencies. It's about time those ye buying bonny they ashomonsano. They need to understand that when crime and I say one more causes our problems then if they are getting sophisticated. Was almost peja munjume no so mutimi getting sophisticated and also almost new strategies near deba. She nanu ya someone here can bullion van same ye see say obi aya no kan na say and someone ye can me dey boils down to one point. When am your quantum ponso and I say ya kwan isu a obo say bullion van see someone nam no the people ni omo announce say sike bi twem. Sa sike twem nyina no frefa conform ho. It's not about time say and it's not the first time BBC see. Until first one they see no esuan de ben na the police administration omunye fimu. How did they vary their strategy to correct it? What were the lessons learned? These are the things who near CNA na nkasa kra no a day na police administration esuye fimu. And a day a quite ben on be fast on be vary on strategy. Now it appears one thing is Bank of Ghana so munkoto bullion vans are ammo plated or whatever now omuntimi fan picky sika and some of the banks are saying it's expensive near the but there are simple strategies may I feel say they can implement and it will work for them. Ebini say enka wo kofe sika na unim say ebia sikei ebia ka odi ko ya identify and say asumesi company and adwumedi omudini nka obejai sa niam na sometimes we use subtle means in so dia kofa. The other nye de bia na be use the same means and say na da kofa na bia un say kai ko isika negum. There are times too you can use underground vehicles, very simple, very unassuming vehicle with a policeman sitting behind. You go on a quiet note, you pick it and you take it to the appropriate destination. These are all things that they can do in the interim. I am confessing problems with Ember. The other aspect, Nelson say, one, say a koba say I'm a hoti galam say near the I spoke to some BNI friends of mine. They made it clear said the data is available. So whenever the hot mining Mpensenpensenmu robbery near the ecoso. With such a data available, no, me point ni say a debe na police administration here. She say Papa Ben and normally to say look, sir, I deal with in a ripple effect. And this year blocky way wahano. On see to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Yes.
It year sink of one coin wahano. This is the triggering effect. Na kobani saya yen as an administration, what do we do? I know say most often when it comes to these things yeni pa na so abine it so na abine ne to abama no and I say, no, it doesn't really work. It's not about abine. They be make say there's collective responsibility and there's the ultimate responsibility.
Okay, it is a you mentioned activities at the port.
Yes.
How porous the
sometimes
port,
it is.
Sometimes it is. Yenti me first one abine.
Oh, me face say whatever you do, no, for instance, abide the institutions near the egu form, ye juma your friend is saying port. Some institutions they have their own mandate. Obekaya, maybe a trim. I don't know whether it's still the practice. There were times other governments they deploy national security for near the almost or crown attending to BBL. There were so many problems after customs for near there national security there were so many challenges importers were facing. So what are buying there? What they call for NATO? What a buying can equally do is that when the people are failing us, maybe you change them. You put a different person there. You take those people out. You put that is the only part I buy. Now say nipa no failure. What do you? That's what I'm saying. It is more of a systemic solution that we need. So what I said, the various heads of those agencies no the omato no and your management team no should be able, because these are operational challenges and your policy challenge. That is why I am in person every time you be drawing the various presidents and government near the but it's unfortunate say man yourself na same be say but you cannot prevent anybody from saying what you want to say. But there are people on the and so and you to Obama buy we no nanka den and now she say be. You see, but you can't say what to Obama buying into what that don't say. I show them if you muda own to when you say no. There's certain level of responsibility where you so say you be say you be share such a state institution say on manager. It's up to him say from day in day out ono betimi device ways and ejuma no betimi ayene better na etimi aboa so what I say. And I'm not sure say you go to any country and you see say ebia immigration setup and now some custom setup no will allow the system to be that porous. What I say, because beyond the policy framework, the operational heads, it is incumbent upon them some draw strategies to make sure say ombetimi abo on mine ne ho ban ombetimi abo system ne ho ban ama such nyama na etimi femu loosely buy into the system no entimi nya akwanya enra on mine mu and it is up to those institutions to say they should be up to the task. Once a citizen and make the same way, and the police administration they have to move from where they say this traditional security share in police stations be organ hand say no adopt sit back and wait approach. Even in some of the police stations no report incident yes kochini panebra. There's 70% of the police stations they deal with land issues, and that appears to be the focus. As to intelligence gathering, community policing, problem solving oriented base, no, Sanya money, it's not their focus. Sometimes they have me mobile cases here kana monsem chofonia de sonoma shifty post musio ningina ya manyofono the various means of recruitment ni ade. Yes, it could be a recruit mami bisa.
In fact, it takes one major.
It takes one major but mami bisa
concern that we can
within the armed forces, no.
Honest.
Don't you think politicians recommend people to be picked into the armed forces?
But we don't only mention the police.
Maybe
immigration, customs, military.
So how come say within the military no what dear say Akufo-Addo na do call you, say John Mahama na do call you, ukura honum bia. They tell you that some moja ne gu mu na di ra training camp no. Onfa some moja no MPABM. They will drain it and put a new blood in you. So it's all about the training.
The orientation orientation at the moment.
Yes, that is the solution. They want a particular solution. The standard there, if you don't meet it, you fall out. That's what I'm saying. And if the military is able to transform the people, irrespective of whether there's a politician behind the person or not, why can't the police do same? The other aspect, they say, in your barbe to toy, or they call military bases, you see simulation exercise. Mo making sure say Kobani say flood they see or other areas on be called to the rescue of the people. How many times I walk away police bars be say anopa match pass be call say yeah assemble police for no say anopa monye small drill be but go to the barracks and see. My point is that it's about time the police change their strategy, begin to practice smart policing. Now, multi solving your problems. If these are problems, if you are beginning to face a particular problem, for instance, or game park road,
yes,
you don't need a president to come and tell you this. It's a strategy. What have you done? Oh, train. We are very party. Now we are. No, you need to map up a strategy, especially with the forest there. No, doesn't it tell you something?
All right. And as I come in, say Adom 106.3 EcoBank. Yeka say wamu over 2,000 active express points. Let's say near your friend has a kiosk no is this in Miami no ubo remwa near Okwakwaye wo EcoBank bank branch be out me yan wo. Enti so pese hunu express pointer e benwa. Near say we what dial star 770 hash star 770 hash no select express point locator option no na fe we follow prompt no near benwo no ye be kyerɛw na onso so wakɔ kwedi uduma but ma memfa kwanya na menkyerɛw miamia bi wo e wo nkraha na fe kumase ne miamia bi atitisa Malcolm say ukɔ Malcolm Kaneshi afe Sprintex Malcolm Tema na Achimota outlets no ubenya express point TB e wo ho sanso na Shell filling stations ya mbebo so yi e ho so be hunu express point EcoBank express point ni bi e wo ho enti Shell filling stations no Tema Community 8 Accra New Town Osu KNUST na fe Commander Shell filling station so wo rawa wo be hunu express point ni bi ewo ho sa so na betimi afa akwanya ye de ma wo Ecobank mobile no so and afa Ecobank online ma akwanya to access your account, view your account balances, make payments, transfer funds and much more. Tisha no so mama Ecobank so adwene ho into COVID break but modern se betete tempo ro sa brano na jai se wodo sa ekeka wanimu no open chemu bia na wo asem bi se bia frɛ 0800 003225 0800 003225 Ecobank contact center no 823 na one omo atwetwe enkomo Ecobank the Pan African Bank high school debate no ne pompon so na yeduro no St. Jerome SHS entimi and defend the title no ebi ebetimi aye UAS ana Prempeh College Yax Ghana Muslim Mission CAS ana Presby SHS wo bompata enti so every 31st May na yede akansi no ahyehyɛ so 2nd July na yede na eba na wie enti so Love FM high school debate ahyehyɛ de ama senior high schools ewo Asante Mantemu enti catch action no live ewo Facebook at Love 99.5 FM Facebook and I on radio Love 99.5 FM Joy Prime ewo TV so na Joy Learning so Juada Ukwada and Efiada 1 p.m. each day. Ye Love FM High School debate no ewo ho ente Shannon so Jumadi Love 99.5 FM na day Ebrewo in collaboration with the Ashanti Regional SRC and the Ghana Education Service and the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools CHAS. And you mekwa afa honka Cowbell Our Milk and a key soap by Johnny Lever. Brother Jinfi. I mean, Tiwe.
Mamincha with telephone now. So, me ba Adom FM ha check.
Mama uncle lote akwaba ansa. Mama man akwaba. Mama huna che papa. Uncle.
Zige.
Abomboko.
Nyangubo na ma de jipachi ni shia na ye inganizi.
Edo nyame ase. Nche mefi boko de.
Oh. Nyame nyime do eji. Ode mu bo se ne motontum na mi na yo.
No asmanyin. But that's it. Roger.
See Mama chia otifo. Security ho asem a abeto dwa ye kan. Before that mama mo Ghana abaso. Ewo ranking akwa animu ewo peaceful countries rating yetimi abe number 2
in Africa and number 38 in the world.
It's good for the corporate image as a country. Na nema ekomuno different from senior ebia yen tiase wo asumdue esichre. Mostly na organizations that is almost share the absence of war because her countries now are Afghanistan, Sudan,
Yemen, Syria,
Iraq. War-torn countries. But in Pempi, no BB say by Anna Mpensenpensenmu de abasubodi and Matimamu for. If we say Senior Beya asumdue bebanana ejinanema piso. Ebi wo ho a emra. Uko krobi so asumdue ho fi say emra wo mo ahyehye no. Eno na de sa asumdue no eba. Bagana hano dodo no aye free will. Se yenia ye ne ye ho betena. Na frafrani sifia santini timi ko han. Aigbeni sifia nkrani timi ko han. Ya ware ye ho. Obia ni wa hyemra say sa na yenye. But yene ankasa accepting, tolerating each other. Adea eboa contribute to that. And a response to issues. Atoaba menteme ho ase aba. Amfanto kwa bia gidigidi bia ma. Sebi abatu num kra no ya bobi num tu ama wo mu awu. Say your mind fufuro bi so a nka akoye bibi kese pa wo. Nano mse Odikiana, one of these political parties, smaller political parties, some leaders can say the na ye ne de kra ne say ya to abawie NDC ewo GDA say MPP awia ba nanso so ensem a ye kan nyina no nye say ne MPP fo na ye so o ma awia banum na wa asem ni pa ogina mfimfin a esese nkohwe ma atentene ne ye adwuma no ono ne ye ne nya asem ba say your mind foforo bi so a nka wo behu say NPP NDC supporters na ye de abom
ye isi no asinchen
ye isi no asinchen ye mfamra kwan so kra nso so nti saa ne ma ni nyina na obi tie akire no ye assessment a na wa kan say oh on my way ya asundue man. It doesn't mean the absence of crime. And no na me pese ye nyina nya ho ntiase because ye can insecurity intina yes. Because security situation aye wom wo man mu no enya de papa. Men can say ye national security crisis. Because on mine wo nhihye bia ye komu a ye betumi aka say on mine no akosa ahohiahia no. Nanu ya police for issue press statement say terrorists be omo who say terrorists be a real mine
from Burkina Faso
nkofonye careful to on ade omo an conclude say national security crisis into mean can say on my muni nyina wo national security crisis but na metimi aka esi so ne say ye tihum ehu ato nipa pii so ukoye mobile money a na ohwehwe wachi otna kaa mu a na no obi from car say na unlock car no na am say aden was hwe say traffic mu kra wodi mu a yetimi bie car no na ya jeje ho ne ma nti saa ehu no ankofo anticipate say at every point in time bibi betimi asi no enye ade a eboa emma enkoso emma so bia hu obia mu wo man mu a your contribution to the national production no esote because time bia ohwe apeti mobile money a wasen ko ye adwuma bia 8-9 pm kra na wunya bisa yakoba ti se kane no a ebo 7 pe na fuel station bia upon basa send your adwuma nka obefa nipa because in fuel station bia omo ye adwuma 24/7
yes
enye nipa no a na gina ho ye adwuma 24/7 ya fa nipa foforo bia we kwa na we aba we kwa na we aba e bia adwuma it is a insecurity ba no omo ye omo adwene say ye be pon 7 pm a na just omo ye adwuma from 7 pm to 7 am anopa no as I say omo tena fie nti it affects everything. And no na asem no ye asem hia ye ka yen ka no se de tie no a sa ban hu wo mu a yen ka ma ne mfa ban hu de fa police service institution no so hu so yen ka ma ne mfa na de fa yen so timamu fo no so yen ka ma ne mfa hu ni kwan se ye ma no e wada pi me de ha me pa nye atuo no a abakese no sa mfoni a ye hu ni ade nyina no senka ya ade a eba wo mra kwan so a nkenye hu every say obi woni tuo emrama ne ho kwan say onya nkrata ana license e be dia dance say etuo we kita asomasi say tuo we aboba we ne adi shem it is a tuo ne kodi bone wo ba bia police for forensic for ne ade for kokho a omutimi kire etuo kra edi sa bone no.
But just to add to Niaokano, Ghana 2020 Crime and Safety Report.
Yes.
HSA, there are 1.2 million unregistered guns.
That's a no cry ehu chebi bia say and kiyebewo 5 million guns are registered. So a two be say a dupe 10 a year unregistered and unlicensed. Who chance say or mine will be able to tell on my money name say obia utu because it has been licensed. So okita license Ghana, you are responsible than obia okita tua obia ni muasem. If there's a mikita tua say na me the ball. Na me farmer feature na me jatu okwa. Se mitimi ball me ho ban ye kata me nsa ye be pick fingerprint na ade aye hu a. Se me farmer ho adi. But se minim say police for Ministry of Interior nim say omo nkrata mu no omo register of guns no medi wo mu say me na tuo we kita me na me di bone ne e ba behwehwe me ahumi a e ma crime e kofom nti even though a tuo bebre ekita nkofo ne wo its own implications but me free say a license that e na eboa nti mfoni bebre aye hu ene ade no it is not the best. The assign to sumienu confidence level a omo ekobo krono no nanse omo de ba no eno kra eye atete chen bibia police headquarters animu
yeah
na yetimi akon fani pano mu ahye office agigi sika amema warning shot a two motorbike ko it erodes confidence because omo asese omo police headquarters anymore ni nyina no kane no se no omo confidence aha de police for atena bia nie nti obi ntimi medi bone a sesei sa confidence no eko enya dia ade papa na me fi se e wo sa ban so tu anamo bi efa police services here moral e wo form obia o ka kire se police for any aje omo ye adwuma se de ye bia nipa ne boa
after all the logistics are abanche so the ama approach for no is that not enough
logistics being say see am no ka say o de opa ko report to obi o police station e da so mbeka cho say omo car no e ko workshop ana say petronim nti o de kwachi nipa ne bra o de honorable bomodin na chi ne bra o de ne bade a e benya ba bi de na hye police for akatua yesi atum say na ye koto aba na aban dada wo no ye to aba ni wi omo say mistake me boa all of these things contributes to morale na ebeba form no you need a highly motivated police service to be able to face criminals. Vice President a promise say police ni bia ye de ne be kwa bonten bia no ye be ma no like omo friend say bulletproof jacket akosi saying amem na wo se nipa no fa ne nsapan nkwachi obi a ono obotuo de ba ebe de na nipa na timi akọ enti confidence level in the service nso akofom eno akra de mfoni bi a me hu ikra de me kra asa bumabam kra masre saa besi ne na say police for we no mo confess am robbers na mo di motorbikes tututu oni de na ye wo when tade bi a ma pempam e de ahihye new recruits na there's no discipline. No discipline. As I do, my general as I twamfoni ama all over social media. Now you say police maya bi omo fefefe bi a omo ye enwom nim so hu ya.
Yeah.
Say hu na wa hu say atinka wo na wani age. Enso so say ya twom maso, ya ntwe wo maso. O so be kaya. Ya twom maso say santa de no omo hye ne enwom na omo ye.
Em say no more ye bridesmaid.
Indiscipline. Yeah. Yes, I can so omo san ko training. Na hwentade no a omode ahihye police for no a eba social media minim se wo hu bia
ya me hu enra me hu e man ne meme bia omo
highly indisciplined
oversized
who police ni ba kokra abante ba kwa me hu no ga baka so a chief inspector utim se wa bro age ne so pa so oginam all of these things kills the morale of the service yen hwena ye mad ye no professional say yan kan okure no a ebe ha dwene because I MPBA police di entra gentina MPBA police because of consistent attacks on MPs ya call MPB fie the second akwo no ya share MPB akoye campaign ba ya boni tu aku no ya attack imiamia former MP for Inshayeso, Honorable Kennedy Kankam. Akronfo Kotoshe no su ofie. Jene ho sika, jene kai. Ema kakakra bi nka ohwere ne nkwa. Sa niam we ne ka bo munti a. Interior Minister decided say yema MPBA police. Eno yanka say Ghana enye heaven. TMP ha enye heaven ti ro de kosa. enti obia ho bambo ehu hia IGP mesre no
Sifamani
police visibility no a alasa de ba e binom nso beto aso no ompejam ye nyina ni police for ne de bia obehu graphic obi akoche o motorbikes obi amawe ene police for no mo motorbikes omo cars aban so ato cars amo yaye mu se nso cars no fu ane nko yenka wo bisa police for no omo patrols na obi ohokra ba bi owa police for na omo patrol no omo jeje ntoboa na omo to petrol agum atimi akọ patrol
hefa na hu ni sa
o ba bi bebre asem amekan eye ade a is real life situation me nkansa me de bo obi sobo me kansa ne ye betene no
but so the
police ni
ojutum say nyesisia na say e sha say there then I believe that we are having a very good conversation.
It doesn't matter when it started enya ye nkansa enye
okay
say me the police ni na ye jeje ntoboa na ato fuel a ye de cop patrol a oni mo ma ye be kwa hwehwe scammers go mo na kakra wo mo ye betie fuel ka Inti it is not the best.
Okay.
And nothing now better yes police for cop patrol. Na bi wo hokra maya o mo call night market na ho na focus no scammers. Ye share na question wa wo ye den na onya ska we ho na afre no fa phone bra no atua kakra na ye jaw. It enye. Inti security situation na wo mind no. IGP pejanimu on pejanimu no echi me so da na ya change no anya me de
okay
so nti on pejanimu na ye nye we say na ye so politician no order from above no ye nyai
brother dem fi me da say
omo kochi kofo bi o origin ns o sre Dwaso Eastern region one say video no
ben
omo kochi nkofo a omo kita police for etu omo friend say AK-47 any magazines our Eastern region I'm say enrich ya
okay na mean
ama police for ache wonum oma bo nipa mienu tuo ma police for ache wonum oma koye report ne ko enra police ni say oma friend say order from above nti nja ama oma ja nkofo no so
brother me da say your for all you know be investigations so you cannot detain.
I mean can say even a politician I'm just saying say order from above it could be ne penny be it could be say if I'm boy he be din but I just don't want to
okay brother me say Sami Boache will comment no say I don't think lawyer Yini okay lawyer Yini 70 and so that's the second issue on my table this morning yeah so but Saturday no on my TV show na watch Adom TV na ye cat security home sem ya wabra me call uncle so no and a hardened criminal ex-convict according 22 years and 10 months Fraser Nidini the Fraser baby Fraser yes he called into the show and sisi ano wa reforming into ono kra na ma or gather mofra youth no na ade na and the information or the ma ahwefo and people who are listening on radio pa e na omo fa so anya tuo any baby omo bo kro no any relationship na omo ne military for ne police for ebo baby na omo konye tuo ne bi to timber market o say timber market wo ko ha etuo no ye ton egu pono so
nje nyimle timber market is part of Adingbo.
Yes,
I don't want to talk about Adingbo from the 60s to now. Now, what is happening currently under the 4th Republican Constitution and then 4th Republican Democracy? Abembia anyi wo botu makede onu na bere in the mazi BNC. From the period of 1982 to 1992. If you shall see the practice democracy beyond. Abembia face the difficulties. Makede on the previous government. Kofi Boache or boy mapa mobile popular or meme. Under a previous government to Subio. There was this regional police commander for Tema. Onusu Bujma Mokodu Babia. Motorbikes in Azinya will seize them, Wakada Nazi, what you chum into pieces. No what Tonma, Tema still factories. Orisibu. More boy and gay in there. The Ghana Police Service need to be restructured. The architecture of the police force needs to be changed
from
entirely.
The top,
from the top down. And you have to invest morale, or an investment of morale into the personnel of the Ghana Police Service. Say I am the man, I've always said that I'm a friend of the police. At the same time, when it comes to criticizing them, I'm the first person even to criticize them. But the Ghana Police Force, from Kwame Nkrumah Kapimende, there has been a lot of changes.
Because over your police service or your force?
No, they are a force. Or a service, then they are forced to. So once they have arms around them, they are a force. Now, first in Bono, a Ghana Police Force.
Yeah, that's
no change it over a Ghana Police Service.
Yeah, because they want them to be civilian friendly.
Oh, look, that idea even wouldn't work. You rent buildings for them within the civilian areas. And your police be an order your police uniform. Its architecture has to change. Personnel, appointment of IGPs, promotion of commissioners of police. Brojano can be Ayoziwo. In every institution be Ayoziwo. Was there Obi Woma Butuma chief inspector na wala video frustration na was I win na police atare na ocean na azin ebu na we feed police atare mbo na ocean e begede obonyu we atare ocean there's no motivation Moses isn't works anyhow, goes where anywhere. I mean
respect to Christ and civilians in the man no.
Let's speak for the police. The last week when they were lambasting the police servicing, MPs was Kenya, one give you 3 months. No one from my police phone. But there is something that the government of Ghana needs to do. Nana do Naban or find every means of the Benyes can see helipads within all the regional offices or the regional headquarters of the police service. It's one of the quickest way. The American system, especially if you're a Hollywood film acting and you can win Nazi. And there, say, assembly senior a police will move with armored vehicles and with the helicopters to make sure they're targeting or describing. They are far ahead of criminals now where the mazin. And he said, Yenya helipads, Yati, the JOBCC helicopters for the Ghana Police Service. It is time. Sometimes, yeah, Abanbo, Oboto, Nipioto, no, the Nyiska, no, that all helicopters, ne, we see helipads, ne, or the police service full when your special division. I will be trained one for such purposes. It will also help. Because what you need to do is to put the fear of God into these criminals. Now, CK, never can't say about it. Yes, I read it in the social media. about this ex-convict. The story he's telling you is true. Because you look at the American prisons, drug lords in Angazadia in American prisons, they operate from the prisons. The American mob and then the mafia, they operate from the prisons. And see, it calls for a new kind of Ghana police service. Mijizi there, here police force is outmoded. It is based on the British system. Based on the British system. But British system, metropolitan areas, they have their IGPs known as commissioners. And we have diversify one command structures to the extent there London metropolitan area they mean or one IGP. And see, when you go to Britain, there's not one police officer overhead all that. And see, there, if you are the promotional structures of our Ghana police service now, it's one thing. Because
Uncle, is that the same in US? Because LAPD,
yes,
NYPD.
Yes, the same thing.
Yeah.
And there, or your commissioner, the will be the Los Angeles commissioner, or is commissioner, the highest of the police service in that area. No, Obia soon a number Oti, what the area. And in Canada, here CID, or you Jumapa. Ghana CID is now an underground organization. One effectiveness. But in Canon, what catch out there, the CID Abawufi Aboshisho. Well, then they did Mika as a Boko police station. But it's like Obia fight for new territory. That is what I'm seeing in the police force. All divisions within the police force, and it's like we are protecting our territory. And these are our BNIA, Memamha. Obia operate within his jurisdiction. But you see, it will not help. It won't help. That's why last week I called for, look, there's the need, maybe we have a council of retired police commissioners. Look, they should be given some incentives. On yet be able to but something at least we be sure. Look, the situation here and then they advise governments, not necessarily there because the MPP is in power and no, these kind of councils should be there to advise governments. Oh, and from the rank of ACP to COP, you can form an organization to help government. Work on one retirement. Well, say in this case, why don't you give license to some of these police commissioners, especially those in the CID and then in the operational division? Will own one private security. Because look at America, for instance. America look for war. It is not only the American soldiers that go to war. That's why you have the Black Hawks organizations. I quite remember on the George Bush, if one can, the Vice President Dick Cheney,
yes.
And there, Halliburton, own that big company on the Halliburton here sooner. You want the Black Hawks.
Yeah.
When you want to advance into Iraq, one lay foundations for the military, the American military, to enter into Iraq. We can be doing same thing here.
We should engage the private security intelligence companies and now foreign, maybe import foreign.
Obia Wako police, we transfer now to baby P. Onyim the terrain, onyim the psyche of the people in those areas now. On what transfer no more inspector, station master. Look, COP, Commissioner of Police, they have vast experience, and we need to tap those experiences. You put me as a boy, war him. Now, yes, you want to work for retirement in there. yibi ba o chief COP ozi mezi na wo bwense man na ai ozini prince ni ya obowie na oziko na omani na them problems we continue to face it. It's our time for us all as Ghanaians because bastardized politicians have bastardized the police so much. The everybody will promote to pay. Oh, I was a MPP. Osimesi Obasan Kwe Onusu Ja NDC for no promoting. And see, as I NDC MPP, Dama, we are destroying the very organizations that Wobo Boye. Here's a team Asumji.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
There's a Bobra. And see, me just there. As Ghanaians, we should also be on the lookout. We should also report. Now, boastful now, so sometimes you can report tomorrow now. They are the very same people who will tell the person that has been arrested. Just may see in over report.
Interesting. Uncle, let me say it's just about 8 minutes to 10. Dwaso Nsem Panel Discussion. Ya debra na person Mpensenpensenmu and yesim kunya ye twa adwen Benedict Mafo sends this one on Facebook. I say Uncle Lote, it's not true that in the UK they don't have one head of police. In the UK the IGP is known as Chief Constable. And on also the about Facebook. There's a long one from Kwekweji on Facebook. I say, CJ, good morning. Okay. Do you know that recently there was a journalist who went to the CID headquarters filming the security area and transport direct to TV station when the police took action? The same NDC politicians and Kwesi Pratt heavily criticized the police for their professional duties. Why do you criticize the police on their performance? It won't happen in any country. And also about Facebook.
Chief Constable true.
Yeah.
But then the chief constables are within metropolitan areas. I will just Google.
Yes, I'm getting
British structure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Me check na fe media no so atuja. Guinness Ghana Breweries Limited. Say yamfanto the customers nyina anim say boa no a eda wo mo various brands no so ensa hodo mo de badwa so no mo pigem kakra bi na wo monim say ne memu eden de enso so say ne be ya wo betimi akoso asom na wo mo de the very best abra woninti say okwa shop mu a na favorite bar aya share poster na fam ho no obo say prices no ya page them kakra bi but it's still the same quality na face so almost social media pages no ne apese hunu fa new prices no hu nyina no obehunu wo Guinness Ghana Breweries PLC one social media handles. Enjoy the same quality, value and refreshment from all your favorite brands at the right price. Shannon so Father's Day jumedie ya de jumedie bi buy real men help Father's Day promotion no ya de brel na womo di nkunim wo mu no womo di nkunim wo mu no na me bebubo so James Baidu ewo Takwa, Charles Nyako ewo Mampo Akuapem, Eric Ajo ewo Somanya, Francis Kwashi ewo Daboase Wasa in the Eastern region, Jacob Enche wo Kaswa Nyanyano, Richmond Abudakpi ewo Shaiman Zenu, Michael J Lai ewo Dansoman, Albert Edu ewo Abiaze Dominase in the Central region, and Oscar Ahin and so ewo Tema WO1 Ayite ewo Bema camp. So they are the real men who help that must be celebrated. Inti yaboma baso bebom sem pa edemaomo. Inti Shannon so wemu ena edi inkunim fried vegetable oil adaroma. And so as nemedi said yadeba you deserve a life of goodness. Other sponsors, your Fortune Rice, always on point, just like Mom, Frital Seasoning Tablet, Taste Womu, Franco Trading Enterprise, Fun Papa, Fee, Mansoir Herbal Clinic, Dani Natural Herbal Capsules for male vitality, Baby Boon Natural Gripe Water, a man kwada pa and a Lawson Herbal. I'm going to say the real men help Father's Day promotion. No, yeah, they ebre war. A second topic. So, brother, me just say few so. And now we have press conference NDC Amayoko. Mo say CJ Bonibe na Chief Justice ready.
CJ Oh, na me frɛ onye the Chief Justice.
Okay.
Ne wom ni sɛ nyɛma pii akɔso wɔ ɔman Ghana mu ɛfa Chief Justice ɛne judiciary ne ho nsɛnsɛm na nyɛma na ɛkɔso no NDC amanyɔkuo no asɛ ehunahuna bi pese free judicial service no the ba party no eso enunti ya lawyer for a omoye party for ase ebinom ahyeda se omo de hu ebeto omo so na opamo hu fo nso a oto ne bema eno na ama party na siginaye say enough is enough ese say sa na no ejai the tiene say best and nakakrani ya ye say mpanifo bi wo mo sori anopa o madwuma ne say o betie radio o behwe TV o be kinkan krata na o mahwe social media say lawyer ben na NDC ni a o kasa na asem no a wo kan hwan na wo kan fa no ho mo fa ne mra mpanifo anim sana yakoye na ifri se yanhwe na yanka ma na mfiri wa ebe ha adwene asem no tintini ne tietie nyina no na emu nkyiremu ne se ekotena Supreme Court election petition ho asem yenyina enim se court di asem a sebi untumi enkoka ho asem a ebe kyere se wo free say ahana judge no mfa asem ne mfa ana onka ne sei eno no etiamra yetimi kra ebo ko adu samawo edo ba court na mom se court ne di asem ne wie na wo mo kyere se ne esiti a utimi kyere wadwen ka se asem a judge di de wadi ne finchim ama manya gidie ewo sene a judge for ye o madwuma anase asem a judge di ye me hwa wo bu asem na tia me a amfa mra kwan so eye me ya se o ti sa gina ye no a wo niema mienu a betimi aye opa obetimi akokɔto a esene ne a judge no etena so no e de asem no akose asem a judge di ye wani ne ye ntimo hwe ne ye ma me open so abetimi afrɛ wo busuafo wo fie na ne o matena se aka kyerɛ wo se judge ye ni asem ni ye wan kansem no se de nokre ye de tokra enunti ama megidie ewo ajagefo ne nsem a wo di mu no akofom obi antimi nya ohwe obi ntimi nhye me brojaje mfi amete ha se me nya gidie wo judiciary no nobody can force me I am my right to have confidence in a system or not inti Supreme Court edi asem wawi me hwa asem no a wo mu di ye no a baabi wo ho a me nteme ho ase papa anything yera justice anim ye boa so be kai say 2012 petition no na oka ho bi or a judge form tena so no oka ho and na 2020 de no so oka ho in fact 2020 de no cry de ni post ko soro ono na ye pani a otie adwamu a or ye president of the court. And I say electoral commission ye mani magina dakam on frankrata amra court na yenye nhwehwemu a judge for etna so nyina say da bi yempene mo on frankrata ne mba ana me makwa akohwe se we yedi asem no awi o me makwa se 2013 no judge baako asem a wo kan ye ne se eye ne ya se electoral commission frankrata amba no ma me kyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm ama court no ehu no kure wom me kɔhwɛ no na saa judge no eye justice anim ye boa 2020 nipa no a wɔka wɔ 2013 say electoral commission baden krata aba no 2020 there was him on pene kra ma electoral commission fa bibia ama sɛ me yetima amuni a ma adwene ensisu iye metimi aka ho asɛm so wo frɛ me sɛ memra mpanifo anim wɔ saa asɛm we ho a medwene ho a menti ase Inti CDD for na ye dwumadie. No omo to omo nsa frɛ mpanifo so omo mra no omo meka Supreme Court dwumadie a omo defy election petition no ho no. Omo mɛkyerɛ omo adwen wo. Omo frɛ lawyer for a omo free MPP for afa. No omo frɛ lawyer for a ebi nso free NDC afa. No omo frɛ lawyer for nso omo free so omo gina omo yɛ adantemu. Omo call no bisa lawyer for ni nyina asɛm baako. Asɛm a ye di ni na anu no. Aboa ma wanya gidie wo judiciary no mu ana. MPP fo ekwa ye nyina sɛ nokre judge fo ni di asɛm ni ye. Nti ama omo confidence in the judiciary na kosoro. Ena Yewura Dominic Ayena ono ye NDC ni sɛ dabi asɛm no omo di ne baabi a omo de fire no. Ama me gidie wo judiciary no akofom. Wo se de ono ka sɛ asɛm no amudi ye no ama ne gidie akofom no. Yɛmfa ne mmra mpanifo anim na yɛhwehwɛ na asɛm. Na de ono bɔ mo abaso ne de yɛnyae wɔ mo.
It's as simple as what you mean.
Yes. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Enu na ama yen ye keka niema mienu asi ani na ehu se dabi. Chief Justice ayenya ne sisi ano. Na dwumadie no se de ekɔ no as a party semu ye wura mu dodo. Eba sanso a emmoa atemmuo senia ewo oman no. Ye lawyer baako lawyer Amaliba. Chief Justice Ameya Frenako. General Legal Counsel. Ye lawyer baako Roxin. Honorable Roxin Dafia
Makpo.
Ya freno ni nyina so ye Chief Justice o. No no kra de ne de utie nkyeremu no a emasem no kra eseyasem ni nyina. Mo Joy FM ena omo frɛ no say or ye member of the Judicial Committee or Parliament. Na omanyante say judge bia ote Canada Japan contempt asem bia ba ye no so obeka ya High Court judge bi no. Ya transfer ni de ni koho na nadwen kyerɛ ne sen. Eno kyerɛ na adwene. Say obia ni wa wotumi otimi transfer judge adi say Chief Justice. Ndi sa na tie dia na say Chief Justice interfere with adwuma judge no na judicial interference no enya only external, it is also internal. Na Chief Justice asuma say ye money kwadu nipa Chief Justice asuma no eye hwan a Gary Nimako, known highly exposed NPP lawyer. How can the Chief Justice do that? NDC lawyer and actually na adwene. Chief Justice Eboni Kwadu, lawyer Osman no ye known NPP lawyer. It gives room for people to speculate and say a whole lot of things.
And consumer NDC lawyer.
You see, Adebi
is that
yes, very frank with it. Somebody or ye highly exposed. In fact, Guy Nimakun, or ye a member of the NPP's legal team. Ana meboa.
Kasawi, so we are making.
Unim. Ebi ana asem no American ko ebi a.
O de kasa.
Meboa.
Aswa okay baby.
Broja ko anim.
Or ye known lawyer. Or ye in fact, mo cases are ye cases e wo court NPP cases nyina no. Ono an edi animu. It is a Chief Justice NDC lawyer. Ako General Legal Counsel. Na ne lawyer ye highly exposed NPP lawyer. Na I to say debia NDC lawyer na ye frefre wo mo a say ye kan ho asem. Because say we Chief Justice you appear in a way emma ho kwan emma nsem ankofo beka no undermine the office. We have had Chief Justice wo mo kra no na a party foforo ne appointed wo mo tio and na wo mo ne party foforo adwuma nema bi sei anhyeda ankokosoro nti a very worrying situation nti na NDC ye kan say ye besre se ye mpese ebe ye twema mentwe na akoye bibia nema bia ekoso a fuel that perception say Chief Justice anamuntu a wotu no party sem kakra bi bemu a eye taki NDC for no yenhwe na yensi ho anu kwan
okay
sa sem wo judge anim na obi kan wasem tesenia Honorable Dr. Ayene asem Supreme Court wa kan ho asem a omo che ne content minim se okaya
yeah
ema okọ court ko pa ho che
yeah
ba asem ne ye de awie ayi Chami Akoto so nim Chami Akoto MPP founding member we say me de manu si no
yeah
na asem o ekọ court wa ye kan ho asem how many years ni me gidi say chairman alote betimi a chire mu asem o ekọ so sa abrem ebesi na MPP for every year omo boso e kan ho asem
obi presidential candidate we genye ne some
but prese edu afi we dia no sa afi we na agric minister okoje na home
obi ashede genye ne some
to omo safre chief justice. This is where the point lies. I'm from to omo safre chief justice. And my chief justice man na musini koi. This lecture no, it's about a court decision. I see some years back ye bobo ho nti court di asem ya ye ntimi si obi ho kwan se kan wasem
me da say Adom 106.3 FM NS mame mbra ho na ndena I read angaze
Ghana politics why down
CJ so nim say yempani for say asempetia na ayana sansem bi say ba na metie ye nyanom NDC for or how mo pese omodi omo hwema ana sometimes no agimi sem kakra date na meka so how na omodi omo hwem. First of all no obia ye citizen obia ye timemuni ana obia won a profession basi e kasi ebedi NDC for ye chia mi be ba o kwa sorry ka be bisa say pastor we no ye NDC pastor ana so ye MPP pastor me de nka me susu ye ne say inas aze
Abrante bi oze nyamere baba fan
dema na
oh TV just we wuti nusuru baba
nusuru bako
ya sam
oh na mitie ye nuanom NDC for now because nyanka minim ni say a lawyer need there o join political party bia it is by means of association ntina wa joining but our profession no as a lawyer need there it is guided by certain rules and conduct. It's in the Legal Professions Act, no. Ye mami Nana Kunedu Ajimai Rollins. It may be our court now one yen a lawyer. And ye are attaching and now or yen a lawyer. Say you're attaching or MPP ni. It happens everywhere. Once you need the services of the person, no, obetimi contracting the panel based on a modern bo. But say NCS started the MPP NDC tagi a lawyer for Krumanum. Na enuntino by virtue say nipa ni or join to a particular political party ni die na chiso ntimi render service ema obia na asem ne die adabraka die honso ne say ye nuanom NDC fo insem a omode omo agim die nti ameka say o how ana ya na omo frem omo ho ne say wenye die kan omaye bini o emra omo ankasa omo wa aban mu a omo susu say enipa bi mu ayeru akufu aban ni appointee omo say omo nya asoafo no womu timu poni say sankofo no aboman ne krono anaso afọ man bi ejapade no womu de nsem ne kodan court no omu lusu poto obi be ka say their argument fell flat womu lusu poto no womu kan sema to the extent say womu ankasa omu national chairman nyame fa ne crancy more friend wayo no what say there are several ways of killing a cat to the extent of threatening the then CJ and as a Chief Justice na otisono. Yenya lawyer for almost omo ye kukudam NDC mo Davidana Amaleba and the likes. Kasetia judiciary need to the extent say it got to a point they were suspended from the Bar Association. That is how bad the NDC behaves. So what I say? Eti enye adia ase ya de foforo ene no mu ye. Na kamide misusu mpo se senka omo koye nyama ni bi na senka entwe ya nanka bro so a nanka you fall back yese pani ni fi adue Okay, you fall back on the party to cancel you. But of course, a party nankasa enye na adwin say obe ne papa and waiting ya cancel nema. Because other than that anke neni ekosu anke NDC ntimi nya moral right and some be issue statement. Adentina make us is it about criticizing the judiciary? First time we are criticizing judiciary. When him say Yeri Akufo-Addo or court 2012-2013, after the 2013 election petition, he criticized them. Was he on the court and your criticism? Where do you matem? On the matem. Or see on the court no now so nam the ordinary bra body ni BBI we are sintino. Even though on the court ni nyadwe or G court ni decision etum.
But how can I just say Dr. You need or the court no atem.
Hona asem ne wo sameba me hisa asem ne ba. Eti so bi betena na be catch say obi o say
me too.
Obi betena na be catch say obi alright say obi criticize court na. So Uminya Broja how he swiftly crafted the issue. Obeti have a friend ne ma. Now for you know ma tell them now two of to bonnie for obi won. Any no man no madro bonnie. Onu do bonnie so ebi kan wa but where dear what betna o man for mu what betna bedwam ana wu go court ni wufi. That is where the issue is. Na sesia na ye kan asemi otia asem o kan wadi kan ko kan asem ni bi ama court na twenwa begina o ama wa pachew the same statement no. Nana wuni akukudro se na wo gise asem a wo kan no enye nimtia ma court na o pa ache o yeden utu wo nine fi court ono ma no aba begina abonte no asan be ki similar statement de ya kese kwa wo mu ni se judiciary ni nka se dia exercising an arbitrary power se bra no won fa hamambo trim because wa ko bu o manimtia we dia o se da bi se wo susu se won nsem a wo kan na wo nyina so a ye nyina ye join kuo eye lawyer for kuo batan e wo honum eti bra ne be kire o masem na wo kan ni nyina so o party fo nyimuni ya wo mujikum how na reduce to parliament na o kan de ene de meanwhile parliament won o te no me ne wo ka se ne editia parliament they will hold us before the privileges committee. How much more the judiciary? Look, say need die na mo mpese o mo de be ma a judge. Oh, me say o kasetia parliament or kwanza. Parliament shemra bonia, you have the right to criticize the law. Bounty mbu parliament enimtia. You see, there's a difference between one say or can asem ni try no be say and say is it as simple as that? Why did you ask that question? Because some was try. Na engineer hwe so. And of kafa ni udi fofofo because of purchase sa fofofo na judge no sebi etie for mfanche me onu de onim ye enti no o se padi ni mra no meyi na no. Meanwhile you know that is not it. In any case no Dr. Yini ya ye kana asem onye kwahwe aba o. Asem o kan se menua broja tena na o kasa asem na court ne de beche no. Because first of all onye lawyer ni. Secondly, Wababeye Deputy Attorney General of this Republic. Now Jina now Kasase ya bisa se efatana na.
Okay.
Ni dibia ni baby wakwa kodu no efatana na. Now tina bedroom now Kasase and your party cannot call you to order. Your party is not even humble enough to admit we there yenye wankase ye etinki yenfe chire kra ni opanini nkwa kasase o amanyosem na yenyi na yeye it maybe yenua no kwa got excited over himself. That would have been the smartest thing for the NDC to do, and not to do a press conference and be throwing tantrums and be issuing warning to the Chief Justice. In any case, let's ask ourselves this question: if the GLC goes ahead and implements sanctions against Dr. Ini in line with the Legal Professions Act, because we read the Legal Professions Act now, section 26, it talks about their code and conduct. It's there. Who breach disciplinary code now? What the GLC can do to someone implementing sanctions against her? What can the NDC do? To me, Ben Munsem. That is the whole truth.
Okay.
To me, no, a lawyer for Subaini or conduct is in the hands of the GLC, and they can implement it. So your teacher ni na koye and your mondia teacher for a bad time quo. any institutions a share teacher for so no will have to implement sanctions against you, not your political party.
May I say, Sami Boache comes through with this comment on Facebook or say, I don't think lawyer Ayini is above the law, and if what he did breaches their code and conduct, the law must take its course. Let's help strengthen our institution and respect our leaders, and NDC should stop attacking the Chief Justice. Ghana is in a good, safe hands of President Akufo-Addo. Regards to the incoming Eastern Regional Chairman Makiba, Honorable Fredo Pareansa, David Pra, and Clement.
You enjoy a period of no view.
Agaluti, over to you.
DJ. Dr. Ine is one person. I respect him so much.
Tell him to respect this.
I respect him so much. I very much respect him. He shouldn't allow party to defend him. He should go to the legal counsel and fight his case. And that will be an exemplary idea to let every lawyer in this country. It's a slip of tongue. To bastardize an institution. Against blackmailing, character assassinating somebody. This is how you defend yourself.
Uncle, are you saying that it was a wrong move for the party to have held that press conference?
Let me to them, project there or building a point. I'm building one point.
Okay.
Mejizi there. It is hard time we stop these mob actions. We are creating mobs with a mob leader. And the intention is to bastardize the judiciary and its personnel. At the end of the day, the result only in there will be a breaking down of law and order. And we must have anything. Sir, yes, I see your koda ne lambas the judiciary. Ne nimpe infa o ha. Ochede omani obo bazi. Efi ebu biala imbo mehim. Ibu imbo mehim. With this issue of the press statement, I won't be surprised there. The cases, the electoral cases here was our courty. You will see political parties massing up at the courts.
In whose favor?
In any of them, one will be
okay,
as it may favor them, as it may go against them. The words, statements, Obaban, Jankano court, Ekejaone Kansembi, Editia Kota, within the confines of the court, Wabecho, contempt of court. And the main cases here was about Sekendi Takradi, about Cape Coast, about Wafanda Techima, or Winchi, about Mowo Esruwan. Are we not destroying our judiciary, our laws? No, we go to baby. Obia become more pebiala. What they say, there's a rule of law. The rule of law is the foundation of our democracy. So if we are prepared there, democracy and military rule na, then what we need to do is to respect the judiciary as the third estate of the realm, as those who are supposed to protect us.
Uncle Bacho, but in Dr. Ayini's response to the General Legal Counsel, portions of it reads, with all due respect to His Lordship, the Chief Justice, I stand by the opinion I expressed at the roundtable discussion. I am firmly convinced that the opinion I expressed neither imperiled the independence of the judiciary, nor did it cause any actual or potential harm to the reputation of the individual justices that sat on the 2020 presidential election petition case. And also, on the contrary, I was engaged in constructive criticism based on my reading of the unanimous judgment of the Supreme Court in the exercise of my constitutionally protected right to freedom of speech. I did so in good faith, without malice or falsehood or recklessness, and in furtherance of my responsibility to our country as a lawyer and an academic. In response to
excellent. And he should go and defend himself at the legal council on disciplinary committee. And he is capable. As I know him, he is capable. Let him go and defend himself if that is his conviction. Period. But it's a party beji. Now we organize mob behind their mob leader to be throwing stones and dirt at the judiciary. You expect that this country will be at peace? I mean, won't or there or say now say you are. I can gather the pieces and bring it together. Them no what now. It has happened before. And most of the thing there, Nyankupon ninyama wa shishen or they would there odu would no see then odu would na would mon o see then asum you bo me and yet there a binum shishe judiciary na hoba nwopa waka kan sama on fata oye atubi ga o se na samia wuku na nyankupon fani kresi Sir John
Hopsinadoye
oye asum yamba abasem bio abasama asem ni nyina abasama Ghana say are we serious as politicians? Ghana on say when everybody knows the good standing of Dr. Ayine, a man who can defend himself, then you want to create a platform to organize more. Mazamin.
Okay. I mean, I say, I think your time, no, so we can just do 1 minute last words, nothing. Sorry. Brother Jimfi, 1 minute.
And a press conference, no. NDC, and yet Dr. Ayine Dianongwa. Kasano, I've given you instances. Until we see it as an attack on the party. Because acquired to say NDC lawyers on Kwa na from discipline committee. Discipline committee, you know. You inquire debate, you discussion with discipline committee. A discipline committee, when you are called there, you are supposed to be disciplined. Oh, Koho, I'm a discipline. You are going to explain why you should not be disciplined. If there's an attack on the NDC, we would have to equally defend the party. Because I know I bedroom baby no. Lawyer for my NDC for no. Obi an kasabio. Why na be affected no? Is it not the party? If the director of legal of NDC, the Denako Discipline Committee, Amaliba, MP for South Die, the Denako Discipline Committee, Onokradi Okoye, Chief Justice Lawyer, MPP. Dr. Ayene so same thing. Yan China into one view.
Okay. Brother Medasi, Yakumi.
CJ.
Yeah, sorry.
The Minia Buja can ana kakra. Because me who at what point NDC party is being attacked. Say BBC air course wise, not about times a party in the introspection say and bia o my abashe boniana. I didn't think I'm party manso and every time bia no person munya mpanifo nkasetia. That is the reverse question he needs to ask himself. It is a kobani say wo party because it's not as if being CEO ye die mudano. I was happy say Uncle Lute e kan ya boy Yera say John there. So who kwan fa so call court ni ade Yera you go to money ade ko defending making sure say the chair no. One more the chair ni we no hu so san be gina abonten e to court ni mpe. But so show necessary bravado. Na so be gu so bu court na nimtia. Na mo be kasa anyhow and they are bent on doing that at almost every time bia they lose case. Na lawyer near you don't contemplate losing case no. Now we wine. And also idea asem wo dem we. Okay. Because obi na be di asana senate bia be di for. CJ mede manusi no. Ni statement ya o issue ye. Who read this statement now? I will same case woman say. Was he stands by his conviction. But on person beja to mu say na sem na okan any crown a book court na nimtia egusu gu judges ne ho fi. But clearly you see say the statement lacks integrity.
Yakumi me dase. Uncle
Meze
Eko.
Assume you here. We should recognize the fact there. Here's a case I court. In maybe here's a court in. Ibin music kunyim na the memory means so what to call court in ibin music kunyim enti o me hu there or your war judiciary or one you wo obia na ne mira okay yeah Supreme Court judge no zasam until let us respect them for it. Now me hu there if we champion the breaking down of law and order ebinu mo wa den wa brochu as political leaders one wa shada wa ma won rank and filing akaye de won wonyi person na dama what there full soldiers in they have the means in the assembly wo menima wo bogwan wa kwa brochi
aka me na
wo ye we chiri wo men yan dwine yan